Good morning. We are once again in final time for the morning show live from Balboa Yacht Club in the Governor's Cup Pavilion. I'm Tom Ehman, your host. We'll have Christine Gribben up here. We got to cheer Christine along with her competitors briefing in a moment. And we will have Andy Rose up here doing, of course, with our guest skippers, and a special segment today called the Coach's Corner. And I don't know if Will Bolden is watching out in Perth and WA, but if he is, no doubt we'll get some pithy comments from Will. Beautiful Balboa Yacht Club in Newport Beach, California. Thank you for joining us. A lot of comments coming in on the live stream already. We will be live again today at 11:30 for the last day of racing, the end of the semifinals and the finals. Also the playoffs going on for 5th through 12th. And then at 5 o'clock today, not 7 o'clock, at 5 o'clock today, we will be back here under the pavilion, under the tent, for the finals press conference and the awards ceremony with the flag officers, Christine, and the medals and so forth. So please join us for that. Those will, of course, both be live as well. Press release from last night. Both semifinals tied at 1-1 in the hotly contested 58th Governor's Cup. Callahan and Pinckney are one of the semis are tied on 1-1. Hyde and Tapper, as most of you will know, tied on 1-1 as well. In the other semi, they are first to win 3 races, or technically 3 points, but normally it's 3 wins in the racing. They wrap up today, first thing, and followed by the first to win 3 finals, best of 5. Newport Beach, California, the 2nd of August. Justin Callahan, who finished the round-robin phase at the top of the leaderboard, chose, after a delay of thinking about it and getting advice from his coach, I suppose, 4th place Morgan Pinckney, USA, as his semifinals opponent, and then lost the first semis match to Pinckney. He came back to win the second match, tying the series on 1-1. That left Josh Hyde, the 2nd place in the round-robins, versus 3rd place Cole Tapper from Australia, Josh, of course, from New Zealand, in the other semi. Tapper is the defending GovCup champ, having beaten BYC's Jeffrey Peterson last year in last year's final 3-2. Pinckney's qualification for the 4th spot in the semis was in doubt until the last race of the round-robin phase. This morning, with 3 flights to go in the double round-robin, Pinckney looked like a sure, this morning, meaning yesterday, Saturday morning, looked like a sure bet to make the semis, but then promptly lost his first 2 matches yesterday morning. Meanwhile, first-time GovCup participant Theo Westerlund from Sweden, who started the series, well, in a weak position but improved every day, won all 3 of his matches yesterday. This meant that Pinckney had to win his last race against Callahan in the rounds robin to remain in the semifinals. Pinckney, one of the top young sailors in America, proved equal to the task, beating Callahan in a, as we say in Michigan, a barn burner of a match to squeak into the semis. Right after that took place, we had Jeffrey go over on the roving boat, and he interviewed Justin and asked him who he was going to choose. After that delay, he asked for more time from the umpires, and after that delay that the umpires granted him, he chose Morgan Pinckney, who had just beaten him in that last match of the rounds robin. There's Morgan Pinckney sitting right there with, what's your t-shirt say, Morgan? Sorry, I wasn't listening. He's thinking about fishing, he said. And Jeffrey, thanks for the job you're doing. We're going to have, is Marius here? Marius Westerlund? Marius is back. Marius, you're going to join Jeffrey, we hope. We're asking you to join Jeffrey on the roving boat. And Jeffrey, you can do a little bit of interviewing with Marius, if and as you see fit. If he's croutonic, then just leave him off the commentary. Marius, will you do that? Thank you very much. There is the leaderboard at the end of the rounds robin yesterday. Justin on top, Adam Letty on the bottom. And as you probably all know, 5th through 12th are racing off in what we call the playoffs. First to win 2 matches today. Those are also going on. So all of the sailors are indeed racing again today, not just the semifinalists, and then leading into the finals. There are some superb, as always, Tom Walker photos from yesterday. Justin, Cole, Josh. And I guess that's from the semis. I don't know if that's from round robin 2 or the semis, but there's Morgan and Justin, I believe, in their semifinal. Great photos, Tom Walker. Thank you. Another Pinckney Callahan photo. Another Tapper, who's in that? Tapper Hyde. That must be from the semis as well. C and Nichols. Now, Dylan tells me that is from their playoff. Is that right, Dylan? And Nichols, Sienna, leads that 1-0, correct? Is that right, Sienna? So that's first to win 2 in the playoffs, and that's for what? Position 5 and 6, or no, 6 and 7 and 8. Is that right? 7 and 8. Local heroes, Dylan C. and Sienna Nichols of the Newport Harbor Yacht Club and the Balboa Yacht Club, respectively. And with that, that gets us to the competitors' briefing for today. Please, may we have esteemed regatta chair for life, Christine Gribben, with wild applause, to the stage.
Morning. There we are. Okay, a couple of things today about boat cleanup when you come back to the dock. First of all, bring everything up again to the grass because we have it all. No, that's not the problem. Can't read my writing. Please make sure you take take your Lima flags off the shrouds, put them in the buckets. Tiller extensions can come off. The sail inserts that have your name, you can keep them, but we would like the sponsor ones back. If you could roll those up and put them in your buckets, that way we don't lose them. The sportsman, we have a sportsmanship trophy, and we would like all the skippers to write somebody's name down. They're going to be on your check-in and check-out boat clips, so that's where they are this morning. One other thing, when you can come back to the dock after you've finished racing. We ask, though, Becky will direct your traffic, or if you choose to stay out and you would like to tie up to a boat, Newman is going to Father Newman will tell you who you can and can't, what you can and cannot do. We ask that you do not drink alcohol, even if you are over 21, until you get back to the docks. That's part of the sailing instructions. Does anybody have any questions? No? All right. Becky?
Becky Lenhart, Commodores, ladies and gentlemen.
We will have Justin come on up to boat draw, please.
Morning, Justin. Justin Callahan, Biscayne Bay Yacht Club, Miami, Florida.
Number 1, Josh Hyde.
Josh Hyde, Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron. Josh Hyde in the semifinals. Josh, are a member of his crew, please.
Nope. Next, Morgan. Oh, here he comes.
Good morning, Josh. He was one of the first ones here this morning, too.
Number 4, Morgan Pinckney.
Morning, Morgan. Newport Harbor Yacht Club across the harbor here from Balboa YC.
12. And Cole Tapper.
Cole Tapper, the Cruising Yacht Club of Oz. Morning, Cole.
Number 6. Ethan Fong.
Ethan will be on the stage this morning as part of our Andy Rose Guest Skippers program.
Number 9. Daniel Kemp.
From the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron. Good morning, Daniel. The Royal Prince Alfred Yacht Club, also in Australia.
Number 7, Michael Kirkman.
Michael Kirkman from the great state of Michigan, the Bayview Yacht Club. Morning, Michael.
Number 10, Adam Letty.
Adam will also be on the stage. Adam Letty from the Greystones Yacht Club in Ireland.
Two, Sienna.
Sienna Nichols, the youngest competitor in the event from the Balboa Yacht Club. Morning, Sienna.
11. Victor.
Victor Melchior from Dinamarca, from Denmark, the KDY, the Royal Danish Yacht Club.
Number 8. Dylan.
Dylan C. also from across the harbor, the Newport Harbor Yacht Club.
Number 5. Had it before. Uh-oh.
Dylan, turn around and face the bloody camera. There you go. Much better.
Number 3.
Thank you.
And Theo Vesterland.
Theo Vesterland from the GKSS Aurora Göteborg Yacht Club in Sweden.
You go with 5? All right, number 5. All right, thank you, Becky.
Thanks, Beck.
And then the good Dr. Newman, please. Or, well, Dr. Well, now there's both of you. We'll just.
And good morning, everybody.
And good
You know, flick that mic on, please, Greg. You got a switch on the mic there. We saved the batteries. We saved Christine's.
Take this.
Save Christine's batteries.
Good morning, everybody. And thank you. Last day, super exciting. A little bit, kind of feels like the end of like a very, very, very long journey, and it's been a really exciting one for us. So, housekeeping first. After racing, as you heard, if you are out of the racing and you want to enjoy our hospitality, we would enjoy having you do that. A couple of things we'd ask you to do. First, there are 2 VIP boats that will be a little bit larger down by the pin end, and we ask that you not get on the VIP boats. It's our major sponsors and a lot of other folks that we want them to have a little bit different experience. Not that it wouldn't be a great experience hanging out with all of you, but it's a little bit different experience. When you do tie up to a spectator boat, make sure you speak with the skipper of that boat. They're very accommodating, but some may say no, most will say yes. Do not tie more than two boats together, and tie on that block on the transom where the spinnaker block is. While those boats are tied up and you're not sailing, you are still responsible for it. So if you jump onto somebody else's boat from the boat you tied up to, you still own that. So if surges are coming in or waves are coming through, you still own that, you still own the damage. Nobody else, except for the crews of the boats, can be on the boat. So no friends, you can have your coach on there, that's fine. Just a couple of other quick things is, if you're aging out of this regatta, meaning you cannot come back, could you stand up? Anybody aging out? We'd like to thank you guys for all of your time and attention and wanting to be here, and I want to tell you we're going to miss you a lot. Thank you. And then you're not probably the best salesman for that.
Damien Baldwin, who just said, come back and umpire, one of our Australian umpires.
And then just real briefly, and I know you'll find this hard to believe, but Jeffrey and some other people will know that a lot of us are kind of behind-the-scenes people at the club on the other 360 days of the year. I'm one of those. I like to do a lot of stuff, but I think I can get more done being in the background. This draws us all out so that we're all out in front. There's a person that's not here today that started NIBSA, the foundation that we built these boats with. Andy's going to expand a little bit on it. Several months ago, Larry Law passed away, and he was an absolute legend in this sport. I've already had people that are here, sitting here right now, come up to me and mention that. You know, he was very helpful in the I-420 around the world. He raised a lot of money. He pushed people around. He supported a lot of youth sailing and really never stood up. He was a large man, and he could rip your freaking hand off when he shook your hand. I mean, he had the handshake of the planet. And I was kind of joined at the hip with him quietly. We moved 4 different boatyards, built 2 fleets of boats, and all the time he did it in the background with nobody. You know, he never wanted anything other than to be a supporter of you sailing and for you to enjoy our sport. So we miss him a lot. So thanks.
Thank you, Greg.
Father Newman, one more question, please. Greg, thank you for that. Can you come back? We have a question. Is Pat Lieber in the house? Greg, may I ask you, please, what is this all about? Yesterday, one received a couple photos of the mark set by.
Well, Pat's up fetching the spinnaker. We're watching you. We want to make sure that if there's any damage, anybody wants to question us, the umpires and Pat and I, we're going to keep a watchful eye on you. So we thought it best to make it known that we actually are there watching you. So we're watching.
Great. Mark set bot with some personality.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
And now our PRO, Dr. Don Becker.
Good morning again, everyone. Weather report, more of the same. It's a little bit out of the south already. I looked at the ocean when I drove down here today. Is a little bit more than yesterday, but I'm going to postpone the tow out a half an hour. So the plan will be to be on the water towing out at about 10:30. We'll give it a little bit more time to build. On the tow-in today, it's customary for the race committee boat to tow the winner in. We will try to display the national flag and the burgee of the winning team. And so we will find you, but please don't pick up a tow with a coach or something like that, because we'll catch you on the way in. That's all I have unless there's a question. Sorry? I'm postponing ashore for half an hour. 10:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Chief Umpire, Katie Maxim.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you all for your awesome, just respectful behavior that we've seen all week long. And I know not always the call goes your way, and you guys have dealt with it gracefully and accepted our decisions. And so with that, does anyone have any questions about an incident on the water yesterday that they'd like to bring up in front of the group? All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Madam Chair, is there anything else for the good of the order?
I don't think so, unless everybody has any questions. No? Have fun, sail fast out there, guys.
Thank you, Christine. Christine Gribben, Regatta Chair for Life, as Andy calls her. Speaking of Andy, we have our skippers segment next, and we're going to have a coach's corner as well today. But let's get the skippers up here today, 11th and 12th place skippers. But let's get Andy up here. We'll have a little more relaxed time today. Andy Rose, chairman of the steering committee. GovCup guru, as he hates it when I call him that. Good morning, Andrew. You got your sunglasses on. Are you incognito today? There we go.
I've been made up. I'm looking good, don't you think?
Yes, fabulous. Andrew, shall we invite up 2 skippers?
Yes.
First one from New Zealand, the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron, Ethan Fong in 11th place. Ethan. Morning, sir.
Morning.
And joining Ethan here in the skippers segment in 12th place from Ireland, the Greystones Sailing Club, Adam Letty. Adam.
You want me to go?
Your witness, Andrew.
Well, in my rather long sailing career, I, of course, have never had a bad series. And if you believe that, you'd believe anything. These 2 are not semifinalists and have probably, you know, some wishing they could have races a little differently sometimes. But you both had moments, and we get to watch everybody. And you both had moments when it was really looking good. But why don't you talk about just a little bit? Let's start with you, Adam. What do you think about the regatta, and what do you think about your performance and your crew's performance?
Yeah, look, well, we came in kind of knowing we had a lot less experience, both going fast and match racing in a lot of these crews. So, we were coming in trying to get everything we could. And I think we did that. We had a few really close races, really good fun. Learned a lot in the boats. Didn't quite get them going as fast as we wanted at a lot of points, but it was great to, race so many challenging people. Learned a lot about match racing and about making these boats go, which was good fun.
Yeah, this is sort of the best of the best in this regatta. Remind me, I can't remember, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Yeah, so you're one and done. But, well, we're sure glad you came, and also I would hope that you'd continue match racing.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, great. You have opportunities in Ireland, but also all over Europe. The French do some series, and there are a lot of things that you can sail in. And if you've caught the bug, then you're going to want to do that. And I honestly think that match racing makes you a better all-around sailor, just because some of the things have to happen so quickly that they become instinctive, and that helps in any of the disciplines. So, Ethan, same sort of question.
Yeah.
Ethan is another product of the performance program at the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron, and you are only 20, I believe.
19.
19, yeah. So this is the next generation. It'll be amazing next year when Josh Hyde is considered old. But anyway, so you're coming up. You had a good record down under with some of those regattas. Maybe not so good here. What do you think? What do you think the reasons were?
We've definitely struggled this week, especially at the start of the regatta, just trying to get used to the boats and how to make them go fast and the venue and whatnot. But I think we're slowly starting to get it, and I think it's just more experience, the faster we'll go, and hopefully it'll get better.
Well, this is a time to burnish your resume in anticipation of next year's selection committee. So how would you like the club, the boats, and the ambiance?
Yeah, I was waiting for this question to come up. But the boats are really good, especially for this venue where it's always really light. So they power up in like 3 knots, and yeah, it's really, really, really cool.
What would you say your average conditions are in Ireland that you sail in?
Probably about 3 knots of tide and 15 knots of breeze.
In New Zealand?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, New Zealand, yeah. But do you have, are there days where it's like this, like 6 or 7 knots?
Yeah, there are days, but you can never really simulate what it's like out there because we've got so much tide.
So much tide, yeah. It's like probably more like sailing in San Francisco Bay in the winter.
Yeah,
One of 2 places in the world I've ever anchored while racing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's quite a thing. I wouldn't recommend that, but sometimes it's necessary. But you're literally, oh yeah, we got them, and we're both going backwards. So that's great. What else do you guys? What else are you sailing, Adam? Besides this, in the next few years?
Well, we're off. We're doing Cows Week next week in Ireland. Just cruiser racing around the West Cork Islands. So that should be a nice change of pace, in every sense of the word, hopefully. Which will be good fun.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, Josh Hyde didn't have an awesome Worlds last week, but has sure come good this week. So
you didn't let him forget that, Andy.
What's that?
You didn't let him forget that.
No, but it happens, and you just got to put it behind you and learn what things you've learned, and then just move on. What about you and other boats and stuff, Ethan?
I've been pretty lucky. We've got a couple 52s at home that I've been getting a go on, which has been awesome, and got a couple more match racing regattas coming to the end of the year, like Harkin and RPA and stuff like that. Two of
the best match racing series in the world, but so we use in the selection committee. It is really fairly easy to pick the teams from the Southern Hemisphere. It's easy in one respect and difficult in others. It's easy because we have so much of a record on you guys, so we really can look at head to head over many regattas. But it's not easy because there's so many of you that are so good, that, you know, except that the French are always going to have 3 entries and whatever. But, you know, that's world sailing. Anyway, well, you know, I hope you had a good time, and I'm sure you've learned from this experience. And, you know, we won't see you, Adam, again, but around the waterfront, it's amazing how that sort of happens. Sometimes we end up seeing each other in the strangest places. So, and Ethan, I think we'll probably, you know, maybe see you next year, eh?
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so.
So tell me again how good the boats are.
The best boats I've ever sailed.
Best boats ever sailed. Perfect. On that note, we'll close it up. Thank you very much. Well said. Adam, thank you, mate.
Thank you.
We're getting comments, as you can imagine, from around the world. Gosh, I can't even read all. We're not going to, but great event, great coverage. Kiss the kids. It says kiss, but I think they mean the kids. The skippers and crew are so mature. I thought there was only one coaching corner. Who's that from? Can't see in the comments. But lots of folks weighing in from around the world. Again, racing today at 11:30 Pacific. That's 18:30 UTC. Savannah, Georgia, Cape Town in South Africa, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, where it's in the middle of the night down there. If you're just joining us, we are in day 5. It's the finals, day 5. It's the pre-race morning show, Sunday the 3rd of August. 6 to 8 knots is the prediction. And now we're going to have a special feature, Andrew, called the Coaching Corner. And we have, for the first time this week, we're having the Coaching Corner, and we are inviting 2 coaches up here, and maybe more, but we'd like to start with Jordan Reese, who is the coach of the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. Good morning, Jordan. And joining him on stage is Coach Jeffrey Peterson, 2-time GovCup winner from this club, in a segment we call the Coach's Corner. Andrew, take it away.
Always a highlight of any event to talk to the coaches. Guys, so Jordan, you've had you sailed in the Governor's Cup yourself some years ago. You've had a number of successful sailors out of the CYCA program. This is just more of a continuation, but let me ask you a question. You know, I did think that Cole would be sort of the prohibitive favorite here, although we knew the other 3 in serious contention would be tough. Not the best regatta I've ever seen from him.
No, not the best start, but yeah, saving the best for last at the moment for those guys. Beginning of the week, we'll be coasting through it and just enjoying their last Governor's Cup. As you said, Cole's been here now for 4 years, so I think the first 3 days they were just really enjoying being here, especially with our host, Jill Golden. She's been hosting us for the last 4 years now, and it's always fantastic to stay with her. But it's crunch time now. As he said yesterday afternoon, I gave him a good spraying on day 3 in the evening. It's what they like. So hopefully they'll turn it on today and get themselves into the history books for GovCup.
All right. Well, that would be, if Cole wins, he would be the 14th person that have won 2 Governor's Cups in the 58-year history of the Cup. Cole, as I mentioned yesterday, Cole told us about the head dip, but my favorite part was, when we haven't done really well, I just go over there and ask Jordan, tell me how bad I am.
It's pretty easy, actually.
Well, I guess you're quite good at it from what he says, but complete self-esteem gone. Not so. I mean, Cole comes back from that kind of stuff, and I think I understand. I think it really does help. Well, Jeffrey, you're sort of coaching a lot of teams here. Jeffrey Peterson, the 2-time winner of the Governor's Cup and the former world champion, world youth match racing champion, and Balboa Yacht Club hero here. You have couple of younger teams, Sienna, for example. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think when getting ready to come into this event, I had a couple people reach out to me asking if I'd be willing to coach, and I made it a mission of myself to be able to provide as much coaching opportunity to all the teams. In the U.S., match racing's growing at a pretty rapid rate, especially in California, and I think one of the things that a lot of the yacht clubs don't have established match race programs or funds or coaching options that are available to them right out of the gate, unlike maybe some of the more established programs at the CY or the RNZ. So, as someone who has been really fortunate and grateful for the opportunities that I've got and people looking out for me, I thought the best thing I could do was to make sure to make sure that those opportunities were afforded to the same sailors and give them a chance to compete on the same playing field.
Well, I think it's great. And he's doing this, I believe, unpaid. You're a volunteer coach, which I think is sort of in the spirit of this whole event. We have 200 and some volunteers that make all this happen. And Jeffrey is one of them and has, come back to help with the Governor's Cup, which, so far has made a big difference in your career.
Absolutely. I mean, this is my 6th year in a row being at this regatta, and it's the first time I haven't raced in it in 5 years. So, it definitely feels weird being on the other side of the program, but definitely, it's such a good week that I came back even if I didn't get the opportunity to sail.
Dylan, may I ask you a question? We've been talking, there's a move afoot within world sailing to move the top age, the maximum age from U23, which it is currently, to U25. You've written a nice paper on that. You've interviewed or you've gotten statements from a number of the sailors here. You've asked Andy to opine. Before I go on my quick rant, may I ask you to tell us what the deal is, what you think, and Jeffrey, maybe you and Andy would weigh in as well.
Well, yeah, World Sailing have proposed to up the age limit to under 25, and I think there's some people that agree with it and some people that don't. As Jeffrey said, down at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia, our youth sailing academy, we start at the age of 13. So I've got these guys for 10 years, and I think if I had another 2 years of Hamish and Cole singing, I'd have to shoot myself. So I think that's my number one reason for not going up to under 25. But I think at the moment we're at a very good point for these guys to be developing their match racing careers, developing their sailing skills, but then moving on to bigger things as well. Not only in their sailing careers, but also in their life as well. Many people are moving on from university to full-time jobs. So I think we've got a really good platform at the moment for what we're doing. So I don't think there is any necessary need to increase that age. But as I said, there's other people with other opinions. That's just ours at the moment. So yeah, we'll see what World Sailing come back with.
Yeah, I have to agree with Jordan. I don't think the solution to clearly their problem in World Sailing thinks that sailors aren't being able to get in the opportunity, that it takes them so long to get involved in the sport and get opportunities to sail. And then, unfortunately, like for Adam, like he only getting to sail one GovCup. But I think that's like a solution, but it's not the actual problem. The cause is that we're not providing enough opportunities to younger sailors at younger ages, 13, 14, and 15 to get started. Some yacht clubs are catching on. Balboa and Frankie Dare have been doing a great job of getting the youth match racing program back online at Balboa, but I don't think the cause is, that we need more older sailors in the sport. I think the real problem is that we need to, pay more attention to the younger sailors and providing more opportunities to develop.
We certainly don't need any more older sailors in the sport. I agree with these guys, but I think some of the evidence is pretty clear. I mean, Jeffrey, you've sailed in the Congressional Cup. Cole, you have too, did very well. You guys are sailing World Match Race Tour events while you're still eligible for Governor's Cup. So what the hell's the problem? As I think you said, this is a solution without a problem. And it really would change things, because I think in most of the world, your 22nd year is when you were just leaving college, basically, or university. And, it's a different thing. And so the people with advantages would, I don't have to get a job, and I'm out of university, and I'm being supported. So look, I have 2 more years at this. As usual with World Sailing, it's croutonic. It really is. It's an unfortunate thing. Yeah. Let's do a poll. How many should we let the 22-year-olds vote? How many think it should go to under 25? Pretty resounding. And how many would think it should remain where it is, under 23? Yeah, I think that would be true in almost every of these regattas, down under and every place
Overwhelming
else,
in favor
except in France.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's not like just Australasia and the US, which is having some good results. France is obviously producing some very good sailors right now. Poland was just in the top 5. There's been a number of countries around the world which have been producing very good sailors. So yeah, as we said, I just don't think it's a problem that needs solving.
Well, no matter what we send and opinions we have, the gods of world sailing will decide, whatever they damn well please. So anyway, well, thank you guys. We're excited for today. I know you are, and I hope you don't have to give Cole a big lecture.
I'm sure I will at some point.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, that's about it. This is our day 5, our final day, of course. This is our pre-race morning show, wrapping it up now. And Andrew, we will be out on the water for the live coverage at 11:30, and the breeze might be a little light. If we go into postponement, Dr. Don will still go live at 11:30, and we'll talk for a few minutes, and then Chris Bretschker maybe give us a pause while we wait for the breeze to fill in. But the forecast is actually later on is pretty good, right, Dr. Don? 6 to 8, maybe 9. Bobby Steele, where's Bob Steele? Bobby Steele is here. Thank you very much for your guru-ship, Bob, with the weather. That's it for the finals. Day 5 will be back at 11:30 live out on the water, and then back here under the tent for the prize giving and the finals press conference, then the prize giving tonight at 5 o'clock, 1700, 5 p.m. Thank you for joining us. See you on the water live at 11:30.